Okay, let's try this again. Welcome to Soda Pop Crafts. I'm Sierra. I tried filming the first part of this video a couple times and I kept having my kids walk in. So today I'm in the mood to organize. I got a thread organizer at Walmart, and it has nice big sections because I have this like thread organizer over here on my wall. Ta-da! You get to see all my weird background supplies. And for Christmas, my husband got me these little pegs that keep your bobbin with your thread. Love them. They're super, super helpful, but they don't fit on the pegs because the plastic part goes so deep into it. So I'm hoping I can fit them in here. We'll see. I do have a bunch of them rolling around in my drawer, so anything is honestly better than that, just because they unspool a lot. And he did get me some like I don't have any out, but they some of those rubber like grippers that holds the end of the thread. They're in a bin, so maybe I'll pull them out and we can attach those as well and see if they fit. But today's just gonna be kind of organizing because I want to be able to provide good content for you guys, but I know part of that is just having like a space that's like well managed. I will show you something that's been kind of like, you've seen the edge of it in a couple videos, but my craft table next to me here has all my like current projects. So over here, I got this Centro for Christmas. I would like try using it. All of my scrunchy yarn. These are burp rags that I'm gonna make for a friend that is having a baby. These are some totes I'm gonna make. A different project I have in mind. I have some tote yarn for market bags. I have some Done supplies. So I have quite a bit going on, and I just need to give myself a space that will work better. On the flip side of things, this is my desk. So I've got my sewing machine and my serger. I've got some lights and some random things. My computer, this is just my like personal computer. I do all my editing on my husband's computer out in the living room because he is a film guy and he has the supplies that he needs. Anyway, so I have a little bit of workspace. It would be optimal to have a little bit more. I have a planner and my go bag and my camera gear all just kind of in the same spot because I'm in my bedroom and we don't have space for me to have a separate craft room. So we really just got to work with what we got. I will say that a couple months ago, I got these yarn shelves, and I thought my husband was going to be super opposed to it because he is, first of all, not a fan of how much yarn I have. Second of all, he doesn't really do well with a lot of visual clutter. We were both raised with a lot of visual clutter in both of our childhood homes. And so having like minimal look is something that we appreciate. Now, fighting those habits from that learned behavior as children is difficult, right? That's why I have this bookshelf that is packed with books. My mom instilled reading in me at a very young age, and I am have been trying to be a very avid reader. I think it goes in phases because sometimes I'm on fire with reading, and then sometimes I just kind of go into a slump, and my kids keep me in the slump longer than I'd like. Anyway, all this to say, with a small space and I'll say hoarding tendencies. My mom watches these videos, but I don't think she'll be mad at that. Hoarding tendencies, I would like to minimize, but also, I mean, with a business, you kind of need supplies. So I'm not going to get rid of any craft supplies unless it's something I know for sure I'm not going to use. But I do need it to work better for me, right? I need my space to be a little bit more functional. So we're going to start with the thread. We'll see how far we get with the kids and kind of go from there because, okay. So the little normal ones that don't have bobbins can obviously go in the middle spots. It fits! Okay, this is exciting. I might organize by color eventually, but because I don't have a ton to go in here right now, these are ones I'm worried about. Oh, those work too, sweet. Because I don't have a ton in here right now, I'm not going to worry too much about organizing by color. Eventually that will be. Okay, so I think because I want to save these spots for those, I will flip it over and do another white one in here. I'm not going to worry too much about filling it because we still have my notions box to go through, and then my shelf, we can kind of see which ones have enough for a bobbin to go with them. Okay, shall we see what is in my notion box? It is a mess. Okay, so this thread I don't think I'm going to put in the box because it's upholstery thread, so I don't use it a ton. I actually only got it because my son had a toddler recliner that had the arm was coming off, so I was trying to fix it and get some more life out of it. I've got a bunch of different machine notions and user manuals. I think I might put the user manuals, I think I have a separate spot for like my silhouette and some other ones, so those I think are gonna get moved. I have some extra pins, some stickers, some safety pins, extra blades. So this is like good for, you know, miscellaneous projects. I don't know why I have a headlamp in here, but hey, maybe we could use it for mounting onto my, I think that's what it was. Somebody, I bought a sewing machine off of Facebook Marketplace, and it had a bunch of random stuff in it, and they must have like used this to mount somehow onto their sewing machine so that they had better lighting. Oh, my Disneyland pass when I don't even, 2019, oh wait, my name isn't even spelt right, so I'm not sure when that was. Don't know why it's in there. A pencil sharpener, some embroidery floss, which I have another one of it. These I don't know if they're gonna fit because the bottoms are so big, so they might have to stay in there. This looks like a little bit, oh, I was making a blanket for a friend and it had some top stitching that I needed to match, so I had to get that. Okay, so my kids needed a nap, but wow, I put them down, and when I came back I looked through my desk drawer and I found a bunch of other little miscellaneous notion things that are not things that I reach for frequently, so they can absolutely go in the sewing box. Got some little knives, some extra buttons, some sewing needles, some machine needles. I haven't used this hemp cord in a while, but it does come in handy every now and again. I used to do a lot of bracelets stuff, but I haven't done that as much lately. This is a tape measure. This is a tape measure. Here's another tape measure. I have the retractable ones that I use a lot more. This is a disappearing ink marker. I have a whole pack of them somewhere. I think they're in my longer term storage. This is a loop turner. So like if you're making straps, you push this, grab the fabric on the other side and pull it through, and then it turns it right side out for you. So that's super helpful to have on occasion. And then let's see here. So we've got some extra needles in here that probably need to get put either back in their container or organized into one of these like micro containers. There's some different feet and things, a little closure. So I think I'm gonna prop you up and I'm just gonna kind of go through, look, more sewing feet. They don't need to be in these bags. I can absolutely organize them. A little sticker, a little patch. So hey, this is back when I was just gonna do sewing, but now it's just all crafts because I couldn't decide. But oh geez, hey-o. Okay, so I brought over the miscellaneous stuff to my desk. This is all gonna get organized into various things. I do have my little bobbin box and it has a lot of spaces. So I was wondering where all my bobbins went, and I guess they have just been disappearing into the abyss of my sewing box. But now I'm glad that that is taken care of and that we have a little bit more knowledge of what's in there. It'll be good. These metal ones technically should not be used with my machine, but I don't really know where to put them, so I'm gonna put them in the bobbin box. I do have a second sewing machine out in my garage that is the one I learned on, and that one does take the metal ones. So I don't want to get rid of them. If I ever teach, you know, sewing lessons to my kids or a friend or anybody locally, it would be nice to have machines side by side so I could show them, you know, this is an older machine, this is my newer machine, the differences between the two, things like that. So I think I will hold on to those, but they don't need to be used currently. And I don't really know where I would look for them if I didn't keep them with the other bobbins. For those of you who saw my last video, I was looking for my padded 5mm crochet hook, and I ordered one because I was like, I literally can't find it. I have no idea. But while I was looking through Notions and stuff, I found her. And I literally, my other hook should be here any minute. So at least I'll have two now. I can throw one in a go bag, keep one here at home. 5mm is a good size to have multiple of. I have a lot of these little non-padded ones because I was going to teach some friends some crochet lessons and I wanted us all to be able to have the same size hook so that we could like compare things like that. So I'm glad that I ordered a second one that's like more ergonomic because it is a frequently used one. But I'm going to conclude that for now. Thanks for joining me. We will get to organizing some more later. Hi guys. We did some craft organizing the other day and I figured why not do a little bit more. I have a giant bin of yarn that lives under my desk. It's backstock. I'm gonna go through it and see what I can fit on my shelf, and come with me. Thanks for organizing with me. I do have a little bit more to do, so if you want to join me, I'm gonna tidy up my desk because since I've been doing everything else, my desk has kind of gotten all the miscellaneous stuff. So let me get some of that done. I have a bunch of like partial projects and whatnot just kind of floating. So we'll do a quick tidy of this, and then I'm gonna get my footage all loaded up and ready to go. My internet's down, so we'll see when I can post this video, hopefully tomorrow. That's my usual post day, so we'll see. Thanks for helping me tidy up. It has been, let's see, it's been fun to get all of my stuff organized and kind of get going and get some momentum. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to come back and get notified for more videos, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good night. Bye.